Okay, so dear Infinity Ward, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate you on your launch of Modern Warfare. I know it's been something that you guys specifically have been working very hard on over the years and have been looking forward to releasing it up into the wild. And now that it is, first of all, congratulations. And with that being said, you did a lot of things with this game that definitely is a huge step in the right direction. And as a fan who's been a part of Call of Duty for the last 8+ years or so religiously, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for finally giving us crossplay. Thank you for making weapons basically grindable. So if you wanted to get a certain kind of weapon, you can grind for it and all that kind of good stuff. And we as a player base really appreciate that. It's something we've been asking for, and I think it's a really good way and the first step to many big things to come in terms of the franchise and all the possibilities, including game modes and all that kind of good stuff. And the game itself is an amazing accomplishment. The gunplay feels very good. The sounds are absolutely spectacular. It's as a work of art, the game is a tremendous achievement. Now, with that being said, of course, just like every other fan, there's always going to be some aspects of the game, whether it's a big aspect or a small aspect. I mean, I understand that it's impossible to make everybody happy. But as you guys have known, respectfully speaking, there have been a lot of people, myself included, that have basically been very, what's the proper word? We've been pretty much voicing our opinions on uh, our disagreement with the map design with the game. Now, as a fan, I am going to humbly request something that is definitely not out of your reach, and it's not going to be anything crazy like asking you guys to like take the maps out of the game or anything like that. No, they're part of the game's DNA. They will make a portion of our fan base out of our community very happy and also invite new players that come in from other games, because I also understand that this is a business and I understand that money keeps everything going around. Okay, I get it. So, with that being said, you guys also created these gunfight maps, and these maps are small. They're a little bit bigger than Shipment from COD 4 or whatnot. So, um, I think first of all that the there's a lot more you can do with these maps. And you can, if you can provide, for instance, we have ground war, right? Battle on a massive scale. And then we have 6v6, we have 10v10, 20v20. And we also have gunfight, which is a 2v2 round based with the same loadouts or whatnot. But with the 2v2, there's some potential for some 3v3 and variations of the 2v2 gunfight mode that combines the traditional Call of Duty gun on gun, fast paced action with everything that we've come to know and love with Call of Duty. It kind of brings the past in together with the future, with the gunplay that you guys have developed for this game. That absolutely feels great, honestly. With that being said, we can have again like variations of the game that you guys have developed, 2v2 gunfight, to where let's say you can create your own loadouts and use those in game to add a little bit more variety and to see what other people are using or whatnot. Get a chance to create your own loadouts and use those loadouts for class, and or have also infinite respawns. You can also do 2v2 TDM, 2v2 kill confirmed, 2v2 domination with just one flag in the middle or whatnot. I mean, even search and destroy fans would love it. Granted, gunfight is a 2v2 search and destroy style type of game in and of itself, but I'm sure you guys understand where I'm getting at here. So, and also another big thing that I humbly request, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this, is to please reduce the sound of the footsteps by, I would say, at least 75%, because with my experience, this feels like SitRep Pro times about 3. So I think if we dial it down to about 75% or so, give or take. I mean, you guys have the numbers, you guys have the data, so you guys know more about how much it would need to be toned down than we do. Uh, but I would say around 75% sounds about right. If you were to tone that down, it would also convince people. It would also kind of balance the gameplay out a little bit in terms of style and the way things play. I understand what you guys were going for with the map design. Even though I don't agree with it, there's a portion of our fan base that does agree with it and loves that certain type of style. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it also invites other players from different genres of first-person shooters into our community. So I very much understand this. But at the same time, there's a lot of people in our in the Call of Duty community that have been in it since the beginning that like to run and gun, and because of the design of the maps, as well as the footsteps being very, very loud, it just really does not welcome that kind of playstyle. It is actually useless and counterproductive to go for that kind of playstyle, as well as playing the objective. And I understand we went back to kill streaks. That's fine. That's the flavor you wanted to give us this time, and that's fine. Again, there could always be another option to implement for point streaks if there's not one already, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I just, as a fan and as a person that's been playing for years, and again, I'm not alone. It would be also for the DLC. I think when you guys, and by the way, thank you for giving us all future content free, by the way, in terms of the maps and the modes and all that kind of stuff. We greatly appreciate it. Again, it's been something that we've been asking for, so thank you. But we also request, obviously, when you're going to bring back those old maps, if you bring back those old maps, I know that Black Ops 4 got a lot of hate coming towards it because they brought back a lot of old maps. I think most of the hate was also because a lot of maps you had to buy the battle pass, which thankfully again, thank you for making all the post-launch maps free. When you bring back the old maps, whether they're from COD 4, whether they're from Modern Warfare 2, which is rumored to be coming, I guess, or whatever flavor of maps you bring in, I think those maps as well, in terms of the size and in terms of how those maps play compared to the current maps we have now, I think those will be a very welcome addition. And even a couple of maps, believe it or not, even a couple of maps from Ghosts would be a really good addition. Like I think Warhawk, for instance, is one of the best maps in Ghosts. Strike Zone is a great map. And again, these maps, those two maps, for instance, they're pretty well balanced. Whether you play defensively or whether you're aggressive, they support all playstyles. So I know that your goal was to support more playstyle than the run and gun traditional 3-lane maps, but it's with a lot of players' experience, including my own, it just doesn't really support that kind of playstyle. So just for your consideration in the future, I humbly and request that some of these changes, or maybe if you can keep an open mind into implementing those into the game, because those I personally think, especially for the run and gunners, I think I think those kind of modes would have tremendous potential, and I think a lot of players would actually love it and play the game even more, because there are a good amount of us that are that really want to play the game even more, but because our certain play style isn't supported by the way this game is designed in terms of the map design, it kind of pushes us away, so to speak. And I think it would be a really, really good way just to kind of bring us back in and have us give us that Call of Duty, give us that full Call of Duty fix that we crave every year after year. And again, I understand that it is very impossible to make everybody happy, but it's at the same time, I feel that it's something that as an artist and as people that try to tackle that, that's the most important part, is to try to go for it, even though making everybody happy is impossible. But we can always do better, and I think this is a tremendous opportunity. And you guys have shown, like for instance with Infinite Warfare, you guys were constantly putting things in the game that basically said, "Hey, play our game. We're doing this. We're doing this. We're doing that." And I understand that there was a lot of our community that didn't listen to you guys when you were doing that, but with that being said, for those people that didn't listen in terms of Infinite Warfare, I know it sucks, but again, I humbly request that you take this into consideration. And yeah, if anybody in the comment section has any additional ideas, that would be really great to be an addition to this. Let it know down in the comment section. And by any miracle, Infinity Ward sees this. Hopefully, we can make something happen. This is just me putting my opinions and thoughts out there, and I wanted to do it in a respectful manner. Because a lot of our community is so passionate that we can definitely come out seem like we're complete douchebags. Sometimes myself included, even at times. But the fan base is very passionate, so this is just basically my way of respectfully requesting this kind of implementation in the very near future with updates, as well as the DLC coming up. This game has a ton of potential. A lot of people have been saying it, myself included, and I would like to see the game reach its full potential. So thank you very much for watching. Let everything be known down in the comment section, and with any luck, hopefully somebody at Infinity Ward or whatnot sees this, and I'll catch you guys later.